Kelly Dawson. Thank you, Savannah. My name is Kelly Dawson. I have been working at NCCJ forever, for a lifetime, it feels like. I went to Anytown as a student when I was in high school in 1999, and then I was on different levels of Anytown staff. And I've done contract work for NCCJ over the years, and now I am here as a regular employee, and I do all of our camp and day camp programs. So it's a full circle. I will let Savannah introduce herself. She's also on the programs team here at NCCJ.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Savannah Noble. I'm the operations director at NCCJ, and I work very closely with our youth programs team to deliver all of our programming, but Anytown in particular. I'm also an Anytown graduate. I went to Anytown in 2015, so 10 years ago this year, and have stayed involved with NCCJ ever since, from being a volunteer to a summer intern, and then now I've been on staff here for about 3.5 years.
Yeah, and that is not an uncommon story. There are many people like us that have been going to Anytown for 10 years and 20 years and 5 years. It is a great place um for students to grow. What Savannah, could you get the slides going? And we will get going because I know you all want to get back to your whatever else you had planned to do today. Thank you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about NCCJ. NCCJ was founded in 1927, so it's a very old organization. Some of you may remember the National Conference of Christians and Jews. It was founded to bring some interfaith understanding. Like I said, in the 1920s, it has grown vastly beyond that over the past 100 years. Some of you may also remember that it used to be a big national organization, and it is not. In the 2000s, the national organization went away and the local organizations became standalone organizations. In 2022, we changed our name to North Carolina for Community and Justice, and that is because we are the only office doing the work that we're doing in North Carolina. So if your there are other Anytowns around the country that are run by other local offices, but if your student wants to go to Anytown in North Carolina, we're the only office offering that right now, which is wonderful. We have access to a huge network of alumni in the state. So NCCJ is a human relations organization. The mission is to build just and compassionate communities free of bias, bigotry, and racism. We believe change starts with a conversation. That's a big part of what we do at Anytown. And we promote understanding and respect among all people. I think there's a common misconception that Anytown is a sit and get, that students are sitting and receiving lectures about what they should believe in the world, and that's not what we do there at all. It's a lot of container building. It's a lot of space for students to talk to each other about their beliefs and their identities. And that goes back to that sort of core belief that we hold that through conversation and getting to know other people is how we build change in the world. So we do many things at NCCJ besides Anytown. Anytown is one of the ones that we're best known for, but we also go into schools and provide programs for students and school faculty at all grade levels. So we're in elementary through high school. We do workplace programs, so businesses will have us come in and work with their staff. And we also do community programs. So some of you may have heard of the Interfaith Tour, or our Citation Award Dinner is another event that draws over 1,000 people from the community. So we have things like that going on as well. These are some of the programs that we have. Like I said, Anytown is the most famous. STAR is our day program, and that program is focused only on race, and it is for students. Youth Leadership Conference is when we draw a group of students from around the county to have a conference experience with us, which is really great. Origins is an adult residential program. It's a cohort program, so it goes for about 6 months, and part of that is that we are traveling to Atlanta and Alabama um, to learn about American civil rights. And then our youth ambassador program and the reset I'll talk about a little more later. That's in some of the upcoming slides. So you are here to learn about Anytown. So like I said, Anytown is our flagship program. We've actually been going for 38 years at this point. So we have 3,000 alumni all across the state. It's the only program of its kind in North Carolina. We bring together a diverse group of high school students to create bonds of friendship. And as I said, I've been going to Anytown for over 20 years, and that is really true. We have many, many students that make lifelong friends um, at Anytown and friends across different identities. So people will be able to build friendships with people that don't look or live or necessarily think like them. Um, Students do get to tackle tough topics like gender, race, religion, sexual orientation. They learn a little bit about activism if they want to get started on an activism journey. Excuse me, and learn how to build inclusive communities in their schools. So the format, it is residential. It is a summer camp experience. So Anytown is camp. We go up on Sunday, we come back on Friday. 68 students is a full house. We can take more than that if we need to, but that is considered that all the beds are full. Beyond 68, we have to expand to other living spaces. It's in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So we get on a bus in Greensboro, and we travel. We transport the students to Blowing Rock, and then we also transport them back from Blowing Rock at the end of camp. So Sunday to Friday is not quite a week, but that's what we say is it's about a week. Every day has a theme or a big program that there's a little bit of information given during that time. It's not a lecture format like you would get in a college classroom. We use a lot of videos and small groups and things like that. And those topics can be on things like race or gender or ability status. So that's where a lot of the sort of big ideas get passed out to students. Anytown is multimodal, so when we're all in big room together, that's 100 people in a room having discussion. We also have small discussion groups. So your small discussion group would be 6 or 8 students and staff. And then there's one-on-ones where students can talk to just one other student. And then there's journaling, and there are videos, and there are skits, and there are all these things. So there are many ways for students to engage with each other and with the material, which we have found is really great because some people love big group, like when we're all together and things are popping. Some people don't like that at all. Some people really like to just be able to sit down and have a conversation with one other student. And so that's why we offer all these different modes of getting information. We have a campfire at night, which is sort of a quiet space for people to reflect on what they learned during the day. And then, as I said, it's camp. So we have lots of informal time, like meal time and cabin time and free time when students can do whatever they want. So they can talk about what's on their mind, or they can just be high school students at camp. And so that's sort of the beauty of it is it's almost like a choose your own adventure. Like they can engage in whatever way is meaningful to them. We intentionally recruit for diversity. So we're trying to get people from different races, different religions, things like that. We're on a pay what you can model at Anytown. I can't stress this enough. There is a tuition cost associated with Anytown, but we have really wonderful people in the community that want kids to be able to go to camp. So if you need a half scholarship, if you need a full scholarship, we will make it happen. When you apply at the end of the application, it's going to say how much can you pay. And then our tuition assistance program will make up the rest. So you don't have to submit pay stubs or tax forms or anything like that. I've had people tell me before, well, we can't afford it, but we don't qualify for tuition assistance. And that's not how it works. Like if you tell us you need scholarship, we will give it to you. So please don't let money be a barrier to getting young people that you know to camp. We do take people out of their everyday environments. So as I said, we're taking them to Blowing Rock. They are not getting time on their devices for the most part. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I think high school students, because we live in an age where there's recording of things happening and things are instant, that there is sometimes a little bit of nervousness about interacting with the world. And so people don't have phones with them all day. So that really removes a lot of that barrier. A lot of our kids really report that they like being away from phones while they're with us. The components are youth led. So the people that room in with the students are college age. So for us, that's 17. It can be up to 25. Usually those people are like around 21, 22. So in a cabin is students and our counselors who are the college age group. And then adults like myself and Savannah stay in a different quarter that's right next door. We stay in adult quarters. So it's really important that it's youth led, the discussion groups are youth led, the cabins are youth led. So part of the like magic of Anytown is that it is a peer-to-peer program. They're not getting content lectured to them by a teacher, sort of thing. After Anytown, this is also really amazing. Our students can join our youth ambassador program. That runs through the whole year. So when they get home from camp, right in August, we'll kick it off. We'll have a get together at a park. And then every month for the whole year, we get together once, twice, three times. It depends. And we do that part is also student led. We ask the students what they want to do, and that's what we do. So last year we went as a group to the North Carolina Folk Festival. We went as a group to Greensboro Pride. Sometimes they just want to hang out, so we just come to the office and order food, and they can talk to each other and talk to us about what's going on in their schools. Sometimes we bring in speakers. We have groups from our area come in and talk to them about college applications or community service hours or things like that. Sometimes they want to do like a party in the park, so we do that. But it really is about building community, students building community, building relationships together. And so that is what is really special about NCCJ and Anytown is that we are bringing your students together with other kids from across the state and giving them opportunities to engage meaningfully. And I have seen students come from being very quiet and shy to becoming leaders in their schools and their communities. And I mean, that doesn't mean we're going to make there's no a quiet student not quiet, like they can be a quiet leader. But we see students come out of their shells over the course of the year, which is amazing. And that's where it says show up differently. That's what we're talking about. So here are the dates for 2025. We have a session in June and one in July, June 15th to 20th and July 13th through 18th. Both of our sessions are about half full right now. So if you want to apply, there is plenty of space. I would say if you wait till the end of May, we will be closer to filling up at that time. So this is a good time to apply. Any high school student that lives or goes to school in North Carolina is eligible to attend. If you have a rising freshman or if you are graduating in May of this year, you are also eligible to attend, and you get 40 service learning hours for attending. So in Guilford County Schools, the service learning diploma is 200 service learning hours through the course of your high school time. So 200 hours in 4 years. So you get 40 just for attending Anytown. Our Anytown counselors get 60 hours. So we occasionally will have students that come to us at 14 or 15 and do all 200 of their hours through Anytown and the ambassador program and STAR and things like that. So this is a great opportunity to engage with your community in that way. I can tell you that universities and colleges love the service learning diploma. Places that give out scholarships really like the service learning diploma. If you would like to talk more about that, I'd be happy to. But it is a really good thing to look into if you are a high school student. Transportation is provided. So like I said, we get on a bus in Greensboro, we go to Blowing Rock. We depart and return at Smith High School. They're very generous to let us use their facility for drop off and pickup. If you can't get to Smith High School, we will get you there. So if that is a barrier for you, please contact me. If you live in Boone or in Charlotte or somewhere like that where it doesn't make sense for you to come through Greensboro to get to Blowing Rock, you can also just come to camp and get dropped off at camp. If you live in Raleigh or Wilmington and it's very hard for you to get all the way to Greensboro, please contact me and we will arrange transportation to get you to Greensboro to get on the bus. The majority of our students are coming from the Guilford and surrounding counties. So that's why we say get on the bus in Greensboro. But we will figure out how to get you to Greensboro if that needs to happen. Here's some photos from last year and a couple years before, so you can see all of our students having fun together. So this is the impact that we see on our students. And I talked about this a little bit with the ambassador program, but I have parents all the time tell me that their kid has increased self-esteem. My child has really blossomed since they went to Anytown. Students learn how to be an ally for other groups. They can have a more diverse social circle. They become active leaders. So I have a lot of students that go home and join clubs or start clubs or run for things at their schools or their houses of worship. Sometimes they want to engage with causes at their high schools and their universities. They become armed with awareness of themselves, which is so important for our youth to be able to speak with pride about who they are. They realize that what they do matters. And a lot of them will become part of our youth ambassador program, which means they get to stay connected through the year and also just have a place to come talk about what's going on with them. Here's some information about tuition. Anytown tuition is $900 for 2025. That is an increase from 2024. We did a lot of market research, and I would say that's very comparable with other camps in our area. So if you were to look up like a YMCA or a Girl Scout camp or something like that, you will find a similar cost. We have lots of great donors, so tuition assistance is available. Cost will never be a reason that a student doesn't come. If you even are concerned about your student having what they need for camp, I would say you don't need anything to come to camp. But if they need shoes, if they need rain gear, if they don't have toiletries, something like that, those are all barriers that we can remove. We work with lots of families. That we provide things for their kids to come to camp. So again, please reach out if that is something you're concerned about, and we'll figure out how to remove barriers for you to be there. Here are some quotes from people that have been to Anytown parents. I'll give you a moment to read those. I want to highlight the one in the bottom right from Gwen Atkinson. The Academy at Smith are really incredible partners with NCCJ. They send between 10 and 20 students to Anytown almost every year. And Miss Atkinson would tell you that Anytown has sort of changed the culture of their entire school. And so there's a lot of power in the work that we're doing and in getting students together to talk about issues like bullying and activism and belonging. So here's how to apply. And we will, at the end, I'll give you time to drop your email in the chat if you want any of this emailed to you. You can also just write it down now or whatever works for you. But if you go to our website, nccjtriad.org/programs. You can apply there. Also, if you just go into Google and type in like Anytown Greensboro or NCCJ, any of that stuff, it'll pop up. So that is where the application is. My contact information is right there. Again, my name is Kelly Dawson. There's my email. There's my phone number. If you have questions or you want to talk further, please reach out. I love talking to people about camp and getting kids to camp. We're also available to come speak at your school, or your business, house of wherever you have kids, we will come talk to them. So if you are involved in like a Rotary or a church or a sports team, something like that, and you think you have students that might want to come to camp, please reach out and we will come by. Also, if you just want flyers or brochures that you can like put up wherever you go, put up at your business or something, we're happy to drop those off as well. I'll add a note here that Anytown is a really supportive environment. I do my honest to goodness best to say yes as often as possible. So if there is some barrier for you, for your student to attend Anytown, I want you to contact me and we'll figure out how to remove it, right? So sometimes I will have parents say things like, my child wants to come, but they are nervous about not being able to talk to me for a whole week. And I'm like, we can do that. You can call home as much as you want. Or if you are feeling nervous about sharing a living space with eight other students, we can talk about putting you into a single occupancy space. Or if you're nervous about not being with your device for a whole week, maybe we can make some time for you to get what you need. Whatever the thing is that you're nervous about, I want you to call me and we will figure out how to fix it. I'll also tell you we have medical staff at both sessions that have been to Anytown before. So if you sometimes students will have anxiety or some sort of medical condition that they're nervous about managing. We have people that can help with that. We have mental health professionals at both sessions that are there just for you to talk to. That's all they do all week is be there to talk to students. So if that's something that would be helpful to you, I want you to know they're available. But whatever the thing is that your student is nervous about, I want to make it really clear to you all that we will do our best to get them there 100% of the time. So we have a short video of some of our students at Anytown that we're going to play for you.
Anytown is, for me, is a place of rejuvenation,
community, and family.
Preparation for the future.
Anytown was just the greatest experience anybody could ever have in life.
One of my favorite memories of Anytown was when the Hispanic and Latinx group got together and we all showed everyone our dances, and it really turned into a very fun party where we all danced together and accepted each other even if we couldn't dance.
My delegate year on talent night when we performed I Want You Back by the Jackson 5, it was pretty good.
The culture night stuck with me the most. It was the first chance I got to really tell other people about my culture, to be proud of my culture, to be proud of my roots and my heritage, and to learn about other people's cultures.
Each program will enthrall you, it'll keep you interested.
It actually blew the expectations that I had out of the water. Like, I learned so much while I was there.
I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and come try it.
There's always something to get out of it.
It is one of the best choices you can ever make. I've yet to meet anyone that has gone and not liked it.
I just really enjoy watching each delegate speak their mind and be able to learn that they have a voice in our community.
Anytown is a place where you can come and meet people who are ready and willing and excited to accept and appreciate your differences.
Anytown is in you, and the things that you practice there will always be in you.
We all go to Anytown with this mindset of it's just a camp. It's a camp like any other camp. But when you go to Anytown, you see the real experience behind it. It's not just a camp. It's not just basic. It's a camp to help you find yourself.
What Anytown really provides is an opportunity to see the world as it should be, and not as it exists today. And I always say that when I explain it to people, I'm like, it rips you from your reality and puts you in the most perfect place you can imagine on the planet, and it's so refreshing. So that's the world that we all really want to live in. I can't imagine one person that would say otherwise.
Thank you, Savannah. A camp to help you find yourself. We love that. Um, so that is all that I have. What questions do you all have for me? You can either unmute yourself, or if you want to put them in the chat, um, we can do that as well. I'll give you all a minute to think about if you have questions. I'll also say if you will put your email or your phone number or whatever works for you, you can either put it in the chat or you can send it to me or Savannah in a private message, and then we can follow up with you after. I can email you this recording, and we can also send out just to see if anything has come up in the last week. Somebody went off. Charlotte, how are you? You went off mute.
Yes, I went off mute. I have a question.
Okay.
I'm here on behalf of my grandson. Now, I know the dates start in June. However, he will be graduated by the time the camp start. Would that be a factor? Because he's a senior now.
No, we would still like to have him. So what happens with seniors is they go on the wait list, but we start pulling them off in April. So if he applies now, we would be able to admit him when he applies.
Okay, we've applied already, and he's from what I understand, and we have his date.
We should have processed his application already. Can you tell me his name?
His name is Cortez, and that's with a K.
Okay.
Last name Vaughn. V as in Victor, Aughan.
Okay, I remember seeing that one. Right after this, I will pull it up and make sure it's been processed, and I'll give you a call if I can't find it.
Okay, and one other question: is there any specific attire that they need? Like shorts, jeans, t-shirts, or is it just bring whatever they normally wear?
Whatever they're comfortable in. We're not like in the woods necessarily. We are outside. Like, so there are paths. Some of them are gravel. So I always tell kids, don't bring your best suede sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing any sort of heavy hiking or anything like that. So whatever he's comfortable in is fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to meeting him.
He's a little nervous, but I think he'll be okay.
I would say that is very normal.